they can have some activity for to improve their life, or their children can go a station for free for learning.
Right. Right. Okay, amazing. That sounds like very productive job. Right. So let me go on to today's lesson. And Jasper, can you please read the topic of the lesson today? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. So, meeting with the team. This is often something you have to do for the first time at some point in your life, right? You start a new job, and then you need to meet with the people you're going to be working with. And often you come together in a meeting, um, and you have to introduce yourself. You have to say where you're from, who you are. So we're going to look at some of the important factors about teams, meetings, and the vocabulary around this. Um, Urging, please
Yes.
read the goals of the lesson.
And goals can describe my background and my work experience, can define and discuss the component of a meeting, such as the agenda and minutes.
Right. So if you have to define the components of a meeting, define is to tell in detail what's happening, right? And the components are all the little parts of the meeting. So, for instance, if you have a meeting, you have to talk about it in terms of maybe points. The first point of today's meeting. Um, a- and then you'll talk about what that first point is. The second point of today's meeting, right? These are all the different components. It's the different parts of the meeting that make it a meeting, right? Um, right. So let's have you, Kunming. I want you to read everything on this page.
Okay. When meeting with a new team, it's important to introduce yourself. In the meeting, try to stick to the agenda. Remember to ask someone to take a minutes of the meeting so that you have a record of what happened.
Right. Good. So this is where we're going to start. In that first little paragraph, we're going to start with the introductions, how you introduce yourself. Alice, read everything on this page, please.
Okay, preview and warm up. In this lesson, you will learn some words and phrases that are useful for the meeting with your team. In team meetings, you need to communicate well, listen to other people, and treat everyone with respect.
Right. And so every meeting is about a respect for the person who's talking, not interrupting them, and communicating, being able to say what's important to you in the meeting, and also basic communication, listening with your eyes. Funnily enough, when you look at the person that you are in a meeting with, you are showing that they have your attention, right? So, in a way, you are communicating, right? So, what's the beginning point of meeting with a new team? Well, obviously, introducing yourself, right? And so, Kelly, please read the first point in the blue block, only the first point.
When's your first time meeting with the team, you will need to introduce yourself before the meeting starts.
So, in a very, very basic introduction, what are you saying?
Hmm. I will tell them about my name and where I'm come from, and
Perfect. Stop
my,
right there. That's
yes.
the very basic, and that's what I asked you. So perfect. Your very, very basic introduction for anything is your name and where you come from, right? which is what you pretty much all did when you came into the lesson this morning. You said, I said your name, and then you told me where you come from, right?
Yes.
And then carry on reading, Kelly.
Give your name and tell the team a little about your background and experience.
And that's what you did as well. You gave me a little bit about your background, what job you did, if you were studying or not. Um, but in a team meeting, you add your experience, right? So we're going to do that. You're going to actually introduce yourselves to each other. But before you do that, we're going to look at some of the words you could use when you when you do your introduction. So Jasper, read the first sentence over here. Right. So one could say, hi, my name is Rose. I'm from South Africa, which I am. And my background is in online English teaching and classroom teaching, right? So this would be a way for me to introduce myself. I might then add this, and Ho-Ching, please read.
Oh, sorry, me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I have 5 years worth of experience working in human resources.
Yeah. So I might add this to my background. I might say, and I have whatever amount of years, maybe it's 15 years worth of teaching experience in international situations, right? So there I add to the background. So you might use a combination when you do your introduction, right? Here are some more. Let's read these. Nothing. It's just your choice of words. Yeah.
Oh, the same.
Okay. It means the same. Um, the worth of my experience. How many years worth? 5 years worth. How much experience do you have? 5 years. Right. So it's the same. It's just remember any language. You can say one thing probably in about 10 different ways. Right. Um, with
Thank you.
any language. Yeah. Um, right. Can Ming read the next one?
Which
Carry
one
on
you should also?
just reading the example sentences.
Okay, I'm the head of content for our online team.
So now at this stage, you could, if you have a job title, then you should add your job title, right? Uh, if I am, if I happen to be, I don't know, the division head at Lingoda, I would say so. I'm not. I'm just an online teacher. But if I was, I would add that, right? Alice, read the next one.
My responsibilities include managing client accounts.
Right. And so you could also add what your responsibilities are. It depends on what you actually have, right? So if you have started at a new company, you have already in your interview been told what you're going to be responsible for. You might at this stage say what your responsibilities are. I've been employed to uh, help with communications in the team, yeah, for whatever your tasks are. Kelly, read the next two.
I have been tasked with reviewing our recruitment policies. I oversee all of our company's finances.
Right. Your tasks are your responsibilities, right? And so it's very similar way of saying, I have been tasked with, I have been given the task of doing it, and so it's my responsibility. So these are two different ways of saying the same thing. I can say my responsibilities are reviewing our recruitment policies, right? Or I can say I'm tasked with managing client accounts, right? Both of these are different ways of saying the same thing. Right. So remembering the one before, which was my background or my years of experience, I want you to introduce yourself. I want you to introduce yourself with your name, where you're from, if you have a title, or if you want to make one up for fun, it's fine, right? If you're a college student and you want to make something up for an idea for a future team, go for it. And what your responsibilities are. Right. Jasper, you can begin. Good. Yeah, that's absolutely, yeah, that should be fine. Do you want to add your responsibilities? Yeah, good. So I am responsible, not I responsible, right? I am responsible. Um, and also just pronounce photographer again, Jasper. Yeah, try and push your G a little bit. Photographer. Yes, better, much better. Good. Because you're losing your G, you're going photographer. Yeah, photographer. Gra, gra. Yes, good. Right. Oh, Jing, your turn.
Yes. Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Hoi Chang. I'm come from Hong Kong, and I have been working at the airport around 8 years. So I have 8 year worth of experience. Um, I'm the service leader for our team. My responsibility is include communicate with the customer and then lead my team to achieve the goal.
Perfect. Very nice. So either my responsibilities, because you're using plural, are,
So
or the same as Jasper, I am responsible for. It's up to you. You can do either, but just don't mix them up, right? I am responsible for, or my responsibilities are. Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Kunming.
Hi everyone, my name is Tong Ming, and I'm from China. I have 2 years of experience as a software engineer, and my main responsibility is to developing some features for the website, for my company's website.
Good. Nicely done. Now remember, if you've got two, my responsibility is to, then directly after to, your verb is an infinitive verb. It's not an ing verb, right? So
Okay.
either one of these, my responsibility is to develop, right? Or I am responsible for, and then it's ing, developing, right?
Okay.
You can choose either, but don't mix them. So you can't say responsible to developing, right? So you're responsible for developing or to develop. Okay. All right, Alice, yours. No, yes, yours.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Alice, and I have finished school not long ago, and my major is in business and economics. My responsibility at this work is communicate with customers, answering investment related questions.
Nice, good.
That's
So just remember again, you've mentioned two responsibilities. So you need to
okay.
say responsibilities are, right? My
Okay. Yeah.
responsibilities are, and then you've mentioned two. So remember think about plurals and singular. Right, Kelly, good. Next one for you.
Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Kelly and I come from Taiwan. My I have 10 years worth of my of the designer activity experience, and I'm the head of content for our designer team, and
Very nice.
my
Yes, continue.
responsibilities uh, are collecting our team's ideas and hold hold one hold and make the activity become to hold it. I don't know.
Okay. So to action the activities maybe, or to collect the activities and um, maybe develop them, or maybe institute them, make them happen. Is that what you want to say? To collect the activities and then make them happen?
Collect activities and make that happen.
Yes, good. Very nicely done. Very nice introduction. Good. Well done, everybody. Well done. Okay. And so uh, then you would go on. Now, I'm not going to make you do this because you don't know what the subject of the meeting is, but then you would go on to tell the people what this particular meeting is about. You're meeting with the team, you've introduced yourselves, and then you go on to say what the meeting you're having is about. And so, Jasper, please read everything in the blue block. So here are two examples of that. Ho Ching, read the first one.
Today, I will update you on our sales for the year.
Right. And Hung Min, read the second one.
Oh, there are a number of points I would like to raise today.
Yes, good. So this would probably come after the first one, right? First, the actual topic. So it's a sales meeting. I'm going to update you on the sales. And I would like to discuss a number of points, right? So these would probably be done in combination, right? So what's next? What happens after you've introduced? After you've introduced, you start with the agenda of the meeting, right? And you start to discuss the agenda. But before that, let's do a little bit of practice. So, at what you're doing now is you are practicing prepositions in, on, at. And so, Jasper, you can do the first one. It's multiple choice, so choose your answer. Read it. Read number one. Jasper, yes. Yes, good. Ho Chin, number two.
Yes, and my background is in software development.
Good. Coming number three.
Oh, I have 10 years worth of experience in the industry.
Yes. Just repeat your pronunciation here. Experience.
Experience.
Yes, good.
Yeah,
Alice,
experience.
last one for you.
I have held positions in a number of multinational companies. I'm not
Yes.
so sure.
Yes,
It's right.
yes. Yeah, you're correct. You hold positions in a company. Yeah. My position in Lingoda is an online English teacher, right? Good. So let's go on to that agenda now. So in your own words, without reading anything, I want you, Kelly, to tell me what an agenda is. I'll remove that so you can't peek. What, in your own words, is an agenda?
Agenda. Schedule.
Yes, an agenda is very similar to a schedule. So what kind of things are on agendas?
Maybe have the correct time, date,
Hmm. Hmm.
and the goal,
Okay. So,
and somebody you need to invite.
well, not necessarily somebody you need to invite. The agenda is just the schedule. Whoever's at the meeting, if you're present or absent, you will get an agenda. If you're absent, you'll get it by email. If you're present, you'll get it maybe at the meeting, right? And
Okay.
as you say, it's your schedule. Right. So let's have you, Kelly. I want you to read the first 2 points um,
Okay.
under agenda.
Meetings are great, but remember, no one has all the time in the world. It's important to try to keep meetings short, but at the same time, they should be well organized.
Good. And so that's exactly what your agenda does. It's to help you with organization. If you have on your agenda what you want to discuss, you are much better organized. You can organize your time. If you put on your agenda, the first on the agenda is discussing the sales figures. The second on the agenda is how we are going to improve our sales